two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you've got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
The sharpest football contest show in the land, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show, focuses on Circa Sports Million, Circa Survivor, and the Westgate Super Contest, handicapping the games and releasing our contest picks every week of the season. With two former Super Contest winners, Brady Cannon and James Salinas, a former NFL player, Mike Pritchard, and over $1 million in contest prize money won combined, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show will have you prepared this season like none other.
Fillet Indiana. They would smash them.
What?
Honestly.
You listen to yourself speak. That's not a reality question. They have not played each other. You are using hypothetical.
And they got embarrassed.
As so many
if
teams
they would have
do.
won that football, yes, that's you're
but that's the thing, John.
correct.
No.
The
Stop.
only argument is Indiana is a decent football team and a product of their environment.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
In-game live game day continues. We're into level 3 here. 24-3 at the half for the Green Bay Packers. And the Memphis Tigers are spoiling the Tulane party tonight in New Orleans. They're up by 17 right now. And Tulane are in trouble. They can't get anything going. They're down 27-10. Their offense just can't put any points on the board. Our total is in trouble here in this game. Memphis are obviously going to cover the 13 points. Memphis are currently laying 12.5. The in-game total is 50.5 in New Orleans. And Green Bay are up 24-3. The point spread is 19.5. The total is 49.5. We'll get Tony Finn's college picks here in a minute. But let's take a look at the player props here at the half and see what we've got and see if we can find an opportunity to step up. And then receiving, let's start off with the receptions, with the receivers. So Achan's got 4 catches. Achan's up to 4 catches right now. Over under 6.5 right now. Does he catch another 3? Tony brought up a very astute point earlier. Tony, you're right. And I know about this betting a lot of these quarterback props in-game and stuff when teams are down. If this game gets out of hand, let's say the Packers come out, get a big stop here, and they put another touchdown on the board, it's going to be 31-3. They're not going to keep Tua in the whole game. That's the problem, right? They'll take Tua out eventually, and the Packers are going to start to run the ball a bit, but they'll still dump the ball off to Achan. So Achan's at 4 catches right now. You got it's 6.5 in-game. That kind of looks pretty good. Everybody else has been shut down. Jonnu Smith has got 4 catches. His prop is 7.5 right now. Waddle's got 1 freaking catch in this game. His prop is 3.5 right now. Tyreek Hill has 1 catch. He's at 4.5 right now. As far as the Packers are concerned, Jalen Reed's got 2 catches. Over under 3.5 right now. Plus 140 to the over for Jalen Reed. That's something that I'm going to jump in on here. Anytime I'm getting plus money on 2 catches. So I'll go Jalen Reed over 3.5 catches in-game here at plus 140. Josh Jacobs has 2 catches. His prop is 2.5 right now. Will he catch 1 more ball? 2.5 minus 110. Tucker Kraft has 4 catches. His prop is 4.5 right now. But it's minus 225 that Tucker Kraft is going to catch 1 more pass. But as we stated, the Green Bay Packers should probably end up running the ball quite a bit here in the second half. So let's look at Josh Jacobs. Jacobs is only at 33 yards right now, but his prop is 68.5. So they're expecting a lot from him. Jordan Love, over under 0.5 rush yards. Will he run for 1 yard? Jordan Love plus 125
Well,
over
think about the
0.5.
kneel downs at the end. The way things are going, they're probably going to win. How far back is he going to go?
He doesn't run either. He won't want to run because he's been injured. And Tua's at 118 passing yards right now. His prop is 290.5. I've already got it at like 260 or something like that. And I'd be concerned, guys, about this one because, as we stated, they could take Tua out of this football game. He could get lit up. Bad things can only happen as we go on here. So, to me, Jaden Reed, I think Reed will get another 2 balls here. And I think this football game will go over it's up to 50.5 right now. But I think it's going to get there. I think there'll be more points here in a second, and Miami will score a bit. So, Tony, before we get you out of here, college football in the morning. What do you like? Full day of college football tomorrow.
Well, I'll give you the 3. I'm on 3 dogs, pretty heavy and hard this weekend. We talked a little bit about the Wolverines at Ohio State, the weather. I like Michigan to run the football. I mean, this is a team that's ranked 26th nationally in rush play percentage. And defensively, they've been right as ranked, scoring just over 20 points a game. I have a difficult time ignoring the points in this rivalry. Blue plus the handicap is my play. Nebraska at Iowa. I think the Cornhuskers have finally kind of found their mojo, who they are under a second-year coach. And last week's win over Wisconsin was impressive. This is a team who discovered who they are. I think they found their identity, and that's the ground and pound attack. 44-25 against a Wisconsin team that's not bad defensively, right? Give me Nebraska plus 5.5 in Iowa City and Fresno at UCLA. We talked a little bit about Pasadena and the 3 of us being there, taking a ride through Pasadena. I like the Fresno State plus 8.5 against UCLA. One of my favorite spots in North America to watch football, the Rose Bowl. Listen, Fresno 4-0 against UCLA in the last 4 games. 3 of those in Pasadena. Give me the dub straight. I like Fresno State, a little sprinkle on the money line as a straight-up winner, plus the points. Those are 3 games that I really like. Along with, by the way, give me Kentucky at home against Louisville. I like this Wildcat team getting points against a good Louisville team. Don't get me wrong.
Kentucky at home. They got some sort of weird river dance halftime show going on here.
That's what I was looking at.
In Green Bay.
I'm like, what am I at, medieval
right
times
now.
without the joust? Like, what's that chick do? Got the ring. That was weird, man. That was different.
So NFL football, Tony, before we get you out of here. The Sunday nighter, the San Francisco 49ers are 7-point underdogs in Buffalo. The Monday nighter, the Cleveland Browns are 5.5-point road dogs at Denver. This Denver team smoking hot right now.
Yes, they are.
I said earlier, I don't bet on the Panthers a lot, but I like what I see from them over the last couple of weeks. I think this is a higher scoring game. I think the total's too light at 46.5, but I think the Panthers can trade points with the Buccaneers. And the Rams-Saints game intrigues me. The Rams season's kind of on the line here. The Saints have won 2 straight games since the coaching change. The Rams coming off the Monday night loss to the Eagles. Thing is with the Rams, they're not a very good home team, the Rams. And it's not this whole fan thing all the time because they have fans there, right? They're just not a great, the Rams are a good road team. Sometimes it works out that way. The Rams are actually scrappier and like they're more focused on, I don't know, at home. They're kind of soft. I mean, they've lost. If you look, they lost to the Dolphins. They lost to the someone else went in there. The Eagles beat them. Someone else beat them earlier in there. Like, they've lost 3 home games. So I think the Rams, they kind of catch my eye. But what catches your eye, Tony, in the NFL?
Well, let's start with the game. I like the point total over. Eagles-Ravens over 50.5. I mean, if this Ravens team is the best offense in football, right? I mean, over the course of the season, Eagles defensively have their holes and they have their soft spots. However, they can run the football, and the Ravens are really struggling defensively in their front 7 over 50.5. That catches my eye. You mentioned the Bills. The Bills -7 or less it should be blind. It should be a blind play against the 49ers team that's really bad right now. And they have not just struggles with health. They have some turmoil. This is not a team that looks like they're happy being together. They're not playing very well. Give me the Bills minus the points with the way they're playing. And finally, I don't care. The injuries this Chargers team has are significant, and they should be paid attention to. But the Falcons look lost. This team looks like they this is a team I thought might win their division when the season started, But this Chargers team defensively are elite. And give me the Chargers and basically pick them in Atlanta.
One last one, Tony. We got about a minute here. The Fremont Cannon, which is normally kind of whatever, a throwaway game. We got 30 seconds or so, a little bit more. I mean, it's kind of a throwaway game, but big game for UNLV. Yeah. I don't think they're going to take the pedal off in Nevada here, but I also think the total is too light here. I'm surprised it's not higher. I love the over of that game. What do you think about the Fremont Cannon game?
I could care less about the side on this game. I couldn't agree more with you on over the total in this game. Absolutely.
Over at Allegiant Stadium. Where Tony got lost.
So my team didn't win this weekend, but I still did with this app that's taking over the game. Sports Millions Pick'em lets you make quick and easy predictions. Pick your favorite players, go higher or lower, and you can still win big even if your team loses. Plus, the multiplier is insane. With just a few picks, you can win big money. So get on it. They've got a welcome bonus to help you start off your winning streak.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Right here with you on Pro Football Today on SportsGrid. Odds in motion, trying to see what lines have moved throughout the week.
Never felt more comfortable in this set than I do for this year. I am ready. I'm just getting angry. The hot takes are going to be here all long, people. What in the world is going on in Miami, Dom?
It's not particularly anything to shy away from just because many people are on top of it.
Hot take, hot take.
I think this line is asking you once again to take New Orleans.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
In-game live game day continues. The second half has begun at Lambeau, and the flurries have begun and starting to snow. It's one of those deals, though, similar to last week, where I said, it's not even hitting the field. It just look good on TV. And similar situations, blowing around a bit, but it's just sort of flurries. Nothing serious, but might as well be a blizzard. We're talking about the Miami Dolphins, right? And as I stated earlier, are we really surprised that this McDaniel team, they're a finesse team. They got a bunch of finesse players. They're built on speed. They're not built on power. They've been punched in the mouth in this game. It's a cold weather game. You got to man up in these cold weather games. I saw Davis Sanchez talking about this, former Charger and Montreal Alouette, who works on TSN, and he said, trust me, I know about cold weather games. I played in the CFL and I played in the NFL, and he was talking about when he was on the Chargers, when they go on the road sometimes it'd be super cold. And he'd see players like standing by the heaters all the time, and they'd be like earlier in the day, they'd be like in the room putting a bunch of stuff on. And it's like the dude on the Bengals told me, Cam, that played in the coldest game ever. When he went out and he had a bunch of layers and he came back into the room and he told everybody, he goes, guys, it won't help you, like whatever you put on. And David Sanchez said the same thing. It's mind over matter. You got to so wearing the sleeve or not wearing the sleeve, whatever. It's cold. It's cold. It is what it is. But the Dolphins are just sort of a soft team to begin with. And Kurtz, I brought it up a lot tonight. 14 of the last 16 games, the Dolphins have been an underdog and they've lost outright. It goes to show you, like they only beat teams they're supposed to beat. They don't win games they're not supposed to win.
I think it's a fair point. Once again, it may not have mattered if this game was 60 and sunny here in Green Bay, right? Maybe Miami's getting blown out anyway. I do think they're a team that sort of plays down in the cold. I think they, when things go wrong, they really go wrong. The muff punt here, I think they sort of know they can't throw the Wilton down the field. Tyreek Hill is sort of eliminated. Jalen Waddle's eliminated here. So I think a lot goes into it. But I think your point is very well taken. Yeah, I don't think this is a great team. I think they beat teams they should beat. Teams that are even with them is more 50-50. And if you're better than them, you're going to beat them.
This is a bad sign, too. And I've got the over the game. So it's a bad sign how this just started. The Dolphins basically just went 3 and out. Yeah. So you got punked in the first half. You had all halftime to get ready for the second half, and you go 3 and out and give the ball right back to the Green Bay Packers right now. This game is all but soon to be done. Who are you on in the game, Kurtz? What do you got here?
I was on Green Bay. Once again, I'll take that number that we all know. I'm sure everybody knows the number by now with the Dolphins not being able to play when it's below 40 degrees here, and the McDaniels and Tua. So I like that. Had a bunch of props here. Jacobs, a chain as well. So he's not in the end zone yet. I would like that. And Janu Smith, I'm big on his catches, his yardage. And I seem to be big on the tight ends here. But as for the game itself, I left it alone.
He changed his name, George, to H-N.
H-N.
It's H-N now.
What did George call him?
Kurtz is unmoved by the name change.
As long as his props win.
Congratulations.
In these games, the only smart thing I've done, I'm getting murdered in this game, but Kraft's number was 2.5 plus 130, or was it 3.5 plus 130 when I gave him out? Sorry, I have it written down. Kraft, yeah, over 3.5 receptions plus 130. And Jonu Smith's getting balls too. So right now, the tight ends seem to be doing the work in the cold, but yeah, Gabe, you might be onto something. The Dolphins look like they're packing it in pretty good.
Oh, this game is all close to being done here. Green Bay, Green Bay are going to try to score here on this drive, but I hope they do, just so we get a little bit closer. But I said, Cam, Miami's gutlessness is showing through here.
Mm-hmm.
Just point blank, it is.
It is.
You know what I mean? Like their season's on the line. And they're not trying to tackle. Everything's just out of sync. They're more interested in getting back to the sideline and getting the jackets back on and getting back standing next to the heater. As I stated earlier, they're just cupcakes, man. They're cupcakes, point blank. The league, there's a reason why it's a big difference when the Bills and Dolphins, where they have to play, right? And they dodged the bullet this year where they didn't have to play in bad Buffalo weather, but the league said, no, we're going to make you play in at least one bad weather game. So they send in the Lambeau on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. not a good one.
I've always thought that should be random. You get lucky, maybe you get lucky, maybe you don't. Remember years ago, they used to try avoid playing in Green Bay or Milwaukee in December. They said they never had a December home game, at least not as many as other teams here. They don't do that anymore. It's luck of the draw. You get it here. One of the reasons, by the way, I stayed away from the over, which is what I was leaning, is Green Bay plays next Thursday. Big game versus Detroit. They score again here, 31-3. Their starters aren't starting in the fourth quarter, right? They'll get some extra rest here. I know it's a normal week as far as you get a week off here, but I'm sure they would like to have a little extra rest going for that big game against Detroit next Thursday in Detroit.
Yeah. This is too bad because we were sort of hoping that this was going to be the prime time and a great game of the day, and it could turn into a garbage time type of game here pretty quickly as they already start they just hand the football off here on first down already. I'm concerned too about the total. Like I've got these games teased as well, but I'm still going to need more points. And this is turning into like a bad NBA game where if one team can't score and one team's not hitting shots and one team's going to quit, we're screwed, right? Even the teasers aren't going to get there. I am on the Packers, fortunately, but And I moneylined parlayed the Dallas Cowboys with the Green Bay Packers. And I said earlier in the week to you, Kurtz, I expect the Cowboys to cover the point spread in this game. There was some dark moments in it. It wasn't pretty. They're bad teams. But ultimately, you just knew that the Cowboys had a blowout win in them for their home fans. You know what I mean? That was my narrative coming into this. Plus, they think that, hey, they're not out of this, right? And you look at their schedule, yeah, we chip away, we keep winning games, and we're going to be right back in this thing. And and the Giants are the Giants. So it kind of went as expected. Wasn't pretty, but the Cowboys get it done. But we were all over the Cowboys in teasers. And then after, I said, you know what? I'm going to bet the Packers anyways tonight, so I might as well take the Cowboys money line with the Packers money line and get plus 122. That's what we did. And you know what? There's a bomb, and it's completed to Watson. Sherlock Holmes in the house. Tyreek Hill and the Dolphins talking on the sidelines, and they look all but done right now.
It's time to regroup at the Red Lobster for me. It's over.
Red Lobster, like the Dolphins offense, Cam, bankrupt.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
The sharpest football contest show in the land, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show, focuses on Circa Sports Million, Circa Survivor, and the Westgate Super Contest, handicapping the games and releasing our contest picks every week of the season. With two former Super Contest winners, Brady Cannon and James Salinas, a former NFL player, Mike Pritchard, and over $1 million in contest prize money won combined, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show will have you prepared this season like none other.
Fillet Indiana. They would smash them.
What?
Honestly.
Do you listen to yourself speak? That's not a reality question. They have not played each other. You are using hypothetical.
And they got embarrassed.
As so many
if
teams
they would have
do.
won that football, yes, that's you're
but that's the thing, guys. No. Stop.
The only argument is Indiana is a decent football team and a product of their environment.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Jaden Reed is basically now just trolling the Miami Dolphins. What a catch. What a one-handed catch. And I said it earlier. I caught on earlier about this, but I brought it up, Kurtz, and Cam's in a meltdown because he's on the Dolphins, so he can cover his ears. But I noticed early the Dolphin players don't want to tackle, right? Specifically their DBs. Like a lot of DBs in the NFL don't want to tackle, but these guys are bad. Like Jacobs is coming running right at them, and there's like three of them, and they're all sort of there, and no one just takes the initiative. And like, you know what I mean? All three of them should be arriving at the same time, but they all get there, and they all sort of stop. And it's like, well, which one, who's going to do it? I don't really want to tackle them. And it's happening over and over, and you see on these little screenplays, so they kicked the field goal here only, but guys, you see on most of these plays, the Packers aren't even getting touched. You notice this, Kurtz? Like, there's like the white jerseys, they're not pursuing anything, right? They're quitting. It's a definition of they're quitting.
I just checked my fantasy team. Reed's on my bench too. Like I want to jump.
Actually, I'm playing him too. I got him on my lineup.
I literally who did I put in? What loser did I put in? Say, I got in my league. I got Nico Collins and McLaurin, so I can't really bitch and complain. But he's got a lot of points right now. Damn it!
I would have started both over him, so I think you're okay there. Just bad luck. What are you? Who'd you put in your flex? Maybe we can make fun of that.
Actually, you're going to like my flex, George. A lot of points. Dowdle, 20.5. How do you like them apples? It's a short league with my friends. Everyone's got an all-star team. Want to hear my team?
You can't complain. You can't complain. That's bad luck.
McLaurin, Jonnu Smith, because I got rid of Pitts, Dowdle, and oh, God, I got the Dolphins. D, I did that one. That's oh, my God, I didn't switch it before the show. I got oh, God, Morency. I should have never left the house and done my stuff. Oh, geez. Okay. I got a lot of problems, Gabe. But, yeah, you guys are having fun.
Well, I'm not having the bad day you are. To answer Gabe's question, by the way, I think this game is sort of reminding me of it. It's been way too early in the game of a team that's playing out the string. Like they have nothing to play for and making business decisions. You know, they do have something to play for. It's not much.
I have Jaden Reed on my bench. Sorry, I'm just looking right now.
You got Reed on your bench too? Join my loser
I swear to God, I remember putting him in my lineup.
Oh, God, I'm going to snap.
No, he didn't click set lineup. Got to set the lineup.
Settle down.
Who are you
He's got 19 points. He's got 19 points.
I know. I'm crushing.
Who are you starting over him, though?
Oh, yeah, Gabe, listen to the guy I'm playing this week.
So listen, I wouldn't.
That's a great game.
I wouldn't. So Justin Jefferson. So they you know what I mean. Okay. So Jefferson's in there. Zay Flowers.
Who they're playing Philadelphia? I'm not going to knock you for that. That's close.
No, but I didn't. I wanted to get Reed in here. I knew that. I knew Reed tonight. I even played Reed to score a touchdown. George, I gave him on the damn show. I thought he was in my lineup.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw it on X, Twitter, whatever that you played Reed. So we know that's. I mean, the funny thing is, okay, but
you know what? I must have him on my.
If you didn't say you wanted him, I wouldn't have blamed you for it because I probably would have started Zay and certainly would have started JJ over him. So, but you had a good gut call. You just didn't hit set lineup. What I'm going to tell you. Maybe Zay will have a big game.
I am 8-4 in that league, so I'm not going to panic fully. But all right, so we got a Santa Claus out early, and we got a drunk kid with no shirt on out there early. So it's a holiday season. You got to love the holiday season, yeah. And people, man, it's cold enough. I was cold in the rain at the Buffalo-Seattle game. I'm not taking my clothes off here at a football game.
No freaking hell.
I would just sell them to get money for bus tickets to get home after betting on Miami.
Yeah, you could do it, Cam. Exactly. You got to be a bigger guy too. That's where like the cameras don't like. I'm surprised they don't want to see. No one wants to see a skinny dude. Like it's a big fat guy. You're not a big fat guy, but if you're a bigger dude, yeah, you know what? You can get the sympathy from people. I bet on the Dolphins, and you sort of have a hat out to people.
Exactly. Like, can you help me get home? I'm not telling you, when I was fat,
you're
not going to get a lot of love at Lambeau. People are going to laugh at you. They'll throw coins out of spite. Hey, there you go, loser.
Yeah. No, the thing is, there's a lot of chunky people there, too. So, you fit in pretty good.
Yeah, they like the cheese.
Yeah. Cheese and beer. That's a great way to lose weight. That's why Wisconsin people are, a lot of them are girthy.
It's the Dolphins' best play of the game. There's most.
No, he can't go. There's a flag. There's no flag. What are you doing, ref?
Oh, there's always a flag. There's always a flag.
No, but there was nothing there. Like I'm with the. Come on, Gabe. They did nothing on this play.
I didn't see. I don't know. I didn't see.
That's a bad ball.
It's on Tyreek Hill.
This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're gonna go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's gonna help me get the job done. There is not gonna be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It's a new era in CFB to start off this year, put on full display.
My take on this game is simple. I know some people will be upset about it. Good riddance to the Pac-12.
Can you do it in terms of the week to week to week?
I don't see Pac-12 miss the college football playoffs.
We want to make sure you have those best bets in the entirety of our betting cards.
Only on SportsGrid.
Sharpest football contest show in the land. The Las Vegas Football Contest Show focuses on circus sports.
You guys can do it all. What's in the trivia? This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
In-game live game day. Cam's getting mad as I'm going to tell you, I call everything in the future that happens. And I said earlier, Kev, about these guys putting jackets on. Now Cam's noticing he's getting mad. These guys get to the sidelines, put jackets on right away. Don't you? It's in their head. And all right, they're moving the ball a little bit here. For me, it's just about stats here right now. I've got what do I got here? I've got a couple of in-game, including I didn't get in on. I got Tua. That's it. I got Tua from the pregame that I'm worried about. 265.5 for Tua. Yeah, it's not looking good. He's at 146 right now. They're running the ball. Nothing's coming easy for them right now, even though they're so-called in a hurry-up offense. In-game total in this football game, 47.5. And we've got a big 4th and 1 coming up here. The Miami Dolphins going for it once again. And they get the first down.
Oh, that's nice.
Jono Smith. Yeah, they get the first down.
Way over his number now, Gabe. I know you got, I got 4.5 and 5. Like you got 5.5. I think he's got 6 catches now, or 7, doesn't he? What's he got? 6? Yeah, 6.
I liked them over 4.5 as well before the game, and then I bet at halftime over 7.5 at plus money, plus 120. That's his 6 cats. Yeah, 6 now.
Yeah.
So, Jonnu Smith up to 6. The Packers are vulnerable over the middle of the field. So George, you're the big fantasy guy, and you and Pisapia and these dudes talking about more fantasy related stuff. And everybody's in a fantasy right now. It's that time of the year. But Tyreek Hill is a player that just sort of vanished off the face of the earth. And it ain't the cold weather tonight. Like, it's been this way for about a month now. Like, you would have figured since Tua came back that, all right, the spark would have happened. It hasn't happened for Tyreek Hill. This is pretty common, George, where he gets targeted a couple of times. He has 0 impact on the football game, and it's a wrap, and he gets back into his Lamborghini after. I told you months ago, the Dolphins aren't hungry enough. They have too many guys that have won. Too many rich dudes on the team. They're like a fat cap baseball team. But yeah, how about Tyreek Hill? He's breaking fantasy hearts right now. There's a touchdown for the Miami Dolphins.
Really?
It's not Tyreek. Yeah, if it was Tyreek Hill, I would have looked like an idiot. It's not
scored?
Tyreek Hill.
Is it Etienne? That looks like Mostert. Oh, it's Etienne?
Yeah, it's Etienne. So Etienne gets the anytime touchdown.
Yes, we can salvage something, baby. Oh, yes.
There was another pick we gave on the show before the game started on the screen. Jaden Reed touchdown score and Etienne touchdown score I gave. So there it is. And now we got a puncher's chance for this total right now. And Cam's got a little bit of life with his plus 17
I'm
with the
actually
Miami
doing well
Dolphins.
with the props, Gabe. I have over with Kraft, over with Jonnu Smith, Etienne touchdown, and a couple other things are pretty close. So I'm just getting murdered on the game. Oh, if they get a 2 here, it's what have we got? 16, 2-possession game. Oh God, this is huge. Please score.
Looks like it's good. It is good.
I don't know
Waddle.
about that. Did he keep
That's
his
a good
feet
catch.
in? Wow.
That's a good catch.
What a catch.
Well, look at that, Cam. You're within the 17 and a half. That was as high as you went, 17. You're within that number. They're down by 16.
I'm right there, Gabe. I'm right there. Just walking the tightrope, right? It's just
Yeah, but you know what?
dangerous.
This is good for the props because now the Dolphins are they're not going to quit now.
Exactly.
Right? Like
Green Bay's not either. Green
yeah,
Bay's
like for
keeping their
people.
guys in too.
Yeah, like so, but especially if you have the Miami Dolphin props, like I do with the Tua over 260, 265 and a half or whatever. What is he at now? So these are the updated prop numbers. Let's take a look at the Packers since they're the ones getting the ball now and see if there's something we can jump in on. Let's start off with I'm a big fan of the receptions here at these stages of the game. So Packers receptions. Christian Watson's got 2 catches right now. His prop is 2.5. That's minus 115. So does Christian Watson catch another ball? Wicks has 1 catch. His prop is 1.5. Reed has 3 catches. His prop is 3.5. Wow. Jacobs has 3 catches. His prop is 3.5. Kraft has 4 catches. His prop is 4.5. Dear God, they're really tempting me here with all these one more catch, George. Who's your one guy, George, here that needs one more catch? Because one more catch wins every one of these props.
I think if I was only going to go for one, it would probably be Jacobs. I think they'd keep everything short, no mistakes here. Reed would be my second choice.
I gave Reed earlier already, and I agree with the Reed one. I like where you're going with the a safe little dump off at some point here to Josh Jacobs. So you know what? And we're getting plus 145 with Jacobs. I'm going to go Jacobs. I'm going to go Reed. And let's go one more little Kraft dinner, Cam. A little macaroni.
Kraft. Love Kraft. Great quality dinner. Yes.
It's not a good Thanksgiving macaroni and cheese.
Oh no,
you need the real cheese with macaroni and cheese.
Yes,
like not the mac and cheese. Kurt, you eat that mac and cheese out of the box? Seems like something that you would like.
Yeah.
Nah, my kids like it. I'm not a big mac and cheese guy. Period. It's too dry. Too dry. I'm not adding anything to it.
If you're going to go ghetto, there's a couple things you can do. You either add a little bit of sour cream or cream cheese to it to thicken it up, and then you put a layer of cheese on top. Yes. I'm a cook, bro. I know what to do. Then you put the layer on top like a French onion soup.
That's like
then
prison
you got
food,
real
man.
Kraft dinner. Prison food.
You're making stuff. It's like, what, are you going to put some tuna in it, too? You're going to make up some tuna casserole with Kraft dinner?
Oh, I hate tuna
didn't
casserole.
say tuna casserole. I just said
tuna casserole is disgusting.
The problem with Kraft dinner is
nobody wants to eat hot tuna.
I hope my mom's listening to this. Tuna casserole is disgusting, Mom.
I eat it, but I don't when people bring it out. I don't prefer it, but I'll eat it. I'll eat it. Gabe knows I'll eat anything like Mikey Life cereal. Doesn't matter. You put it in front of me, I'll eat it.
So I put the 3 picks in, and we're getting plus money. So hopefully I can hit 2 of them. So I took Josh Jacobs, 1 more catch, plus 145. Tucker, no, they're not all plus money. Jaden Reed, 1 more catch is minus 165. And Tucker Kraft, 1 more catch is minus 110. Let's hit this. So let me ask you, George, Thanksgiving dinner today, how did it go? Turkey, mashed potatoes. I like your style, too. You and I are very similar in our simplicity. No cranberry sauce. The only cranberries I want is in my drink, maybe a cranberry and vodka. And even I don't drink that anymore. Too sweet. So, no cranberry sauce. I do like the stuffing. I'm down with the gravy, the mashed potatoes. I don't eat ham either. I don't want no ham. Like it's about the turkey. So how was the turkey dinner today? The Thanksgiving dinner. And Kurt, Cam, that Kurtz keeps it simple. He doesn't want anything flashy.
I don't want to sound like a jerk, but you guys are got the palates of a grade 1 in a kindergarten.
Oh,
you don't
even
even try
me too.
anything new.
And let me ask you, George. I don't even like garlic potatoes. I hate when people spoil the mashed potatoes.
I know.
Garlic. That's the worst, Cam. They always put too much garlic.
What?
No. Just make the damn normal mashed potatoes. You know what I mean? I don't want garlic in them.
I'm with you, Gabe. I don't mind it, but the thing is, garlic's good for like tomato sauce and stuff. Give me the Yukon Golds with gravy. That's all you need. The best of the best. And the yellow potatoes instead of the whites. That's where flavor country is, especially with a nice little butter in there. That's how you
too
do
fancy. I won't. No.
Okay, just give
I'm
them
like Archie Bunker. I want my potatoes white.
Hi, I'm Morency. Just go to the store and get those damn Reeser potatoes. They're like the sponsor of the Oregon State Beavers. Put them in the microwave, and you're
Hey,
good
Kurt,
to
you don't
go.
want any fancy potatoes, do you? I don't even want garlic potatoes.
No, I don't want garlic.
I don't mind garlic potatoes, but we didn't have those tonight. Actually, Gabe, you actually nailed what I had. You only left one thing out. All right, you had the mashed potatoes, you had the stuffing,
Well, you need the
turkey.
rolls. You got the rolls.
Yeah, you need the rolls.
Mashed potatoes, the rolls. The rolls.
Rolls
Of
make
course,
it all.
the rolls.
Soft rolls.
You need the
Soft
rolls.
Damn right.
Yeah, you need the rolls. I'm a big roll guy to begin with, though.
And I heat them up too. I don't like people who don't put the work into the rolls. You got to make them hot so the butter gets right in there. Like the cold rolls won't do.
Well, you get the homemade rolls right out of the oven.
Put gravy on.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I drop butter on everything.
I do too, Dave. I eat butter.
I'm so decadent. When I order a pizza, I put my pizza crust in butter after in the end.
Yeah, no, I do the same thing.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It's a new era in CFP to start off this year, put on full display.
My take on this game is simple. I know some people will be upset about it. Good riddance to the Pac-12.
Can you do it in terms of the week to week to week?
I don't see a pathway for this team to miss the college football playoffs.
We want to make sure you have those best bets in the entirety of our betting cards. That was thinking! But he had that program was already going there!
Only on SportsGrid.
The sharpest football contest show in the land, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show, focuses on Circus Sports Million.
In-game live game day continues, as does the sweat. And it's the crazy and the beautiful thing about the National Football League, and we've talked about it in the past. Every game, every play, it matters for somebody out there somewhere. And, you got fantasy football, DFS football, betting, props. And, of course, they just complete a pass to the one guy. Take three guys, George, and it's to Wicks. And he had one catch, and all he needed was one more, but Wicks gets the catch right now. Now they're going to freaking run the ball a couple of times in a row. I got to hope that we can get a couple of catches. I hope I can hit 2 of the 3 of these right now, but this does help that Miami has scored. It makes Green Bay stay interested in this football game, and we can keep on hitting some props and getting some numbers here. 27-11 right now, and the in-game total is 51.5. Wow, they just got stopped on the on a 3rd and short.
Ooh.
I don't like that play call. A little bit too conservative.
Agreed.
Matt LaFleur doesn't seem to like it either after he just dropped an F-bomb. Looked like LaFleur wanted to go for it, but they're not. Wow, so the Miami Dolphins are getting the football back right now. This is big for Dolphin props right now. All right, George. So what's your pick, Kurtz, for tomorrow's Raider game? Like I said earlier, I've been killing it today. I was on the Chicago Bears plus the points. We were on the Cowboys minus the points. We're on the Green Bay Packers minus the points right now. I don't have the same conviction or feeling about this football game tomorrow as I did these three today. So what's your thoughts on it?
We've heard Pat Mahomes say that he wants to have a blowout game, right? I think he gets it tomorrow. The Raiders are a bad, bad team. I mean, come on. Aiden O'Connell's back at quarterback now. We'll probably see Ritter as well. Not that I'd care if it was Minshew here.
Didn't Aiden O'Connell beat Pat Mahomes on Christmas last year?
Somebody did. I think it might have been O'Connell. I forget who. I think it was O'Connell. The Chiefs played horribly.
Yeah, it was O'Connell.
I think it was O'Connell. Yeah.
He started the last 6 games of the year.
I mean, I don't love it, mind you, because it's 12.5 points, but I can't take the Raiders. So either I'm taking Kansas City, even a parlay, you get to a 3-team parlay to get the 820 down to a decent number you're going to like. So this will probably be a bigger prop game for me, but I think the Chiefs finally get their blowout. My problem is I am worried that blowout, they get it, but a late cover ruins the 12.5. A late touchdown like the Giants did today to almost ruin it for the Cowboys here. So that's my worry there, but I'm not touching the Raiders tomorrow. I can't do it. It's a bad team.
And don't forget, too, it was the Raiders that remember at the beginning of the year, the guy on the Raiders, excuse me, had that Kermit the Frog doll who was making fun of Patrick Mahomes.
That's right.
And Mahomes, they asked Mahomes, what do you have to say? And he goes, I don't have to say anything. I say my stuff on the field. So you add it all up between their hatred of the Raiders, Mahomes bitching about not getting a blowout and wanting a blowout win, the Raiders beating them last Christmas, mocking Mahomes as Kermit the Frog with Kermit the Frog dolls. And also, whatever, Max Crosby's always talking. Like, the Raiders talk a lot of smack. But you got to like it. You know what I mean? It's a rivalry game. They get up for it. It's a tough one, though, man. You know what I mean? It's hard. The Chiefs are bad favorites, guys. They don't cover point spreads. Well, the Chiefs are great, when the point spread is 3 or less, either way. If they're an underdog, they're great. If they're a 3-point favorite and they're a pick 'em, whatever, and those in the big games, they're great. When they're asked to win by a big margin, they burn money, this team. But they hate the Raiders. It's, it's weird, though. It's a Friday game. And when you're getting that many points, guys, all it takes is, touchdown here, a field goal there, and then you're covering a number.
I'm telling you, you and me have bet on the Chiefs game this year. I think it's 7 or 8. We had Tampa Bay cover. Baltimore week 1 on air.
I never bet on the Chiefs game, so I bet on the Bills every week, and I bet against the Chiefs every week.
2-9 against the spread. That's what I'm saying. I bet against the Chiefs all the time. My ATS record versus Kansas City.
I don't think I've taken them once this year. The Chiefs.
I took Carolina against them last week, but this is the week. George, I kind of think they just say enough is enough, and I'm with you with Mahomes. I think they just might take him out to the woodshed game, but they're a horrible favorite. You bring up great points. They're not good. They don't cover big numbers, but I like them this week.
34-13 sounds about right.
I like that score.
George?
Mahomes over 2 touchdowns tomorrow. He's playing much better. I like what Mahomes playing as far as touchdowns. I think he's going to get in the end zone as far as throwing the ball. Yeah, 34-13 sounds great. I'll take that run. I think Pacheco's coming back tomorrow as well. So the run game should be good. It'd be tough to play him or Tunt to get into the end zone. I doubt I'll take either one of them anytime score. Maybe there's Noah Gray. Keep it up. Can he get back in? Get a decent number on him.
He's good, man.
What else do you like in the NFL this week? You got Arizona at Minnesota. It's 3.5. So the Vikings are laying 3.5. Arizona was on a nice little run. They won 4 in a row. They go to Seattle. The wheels fell off. They didn't play well last week in Seattle. It's a really tough spot for Arizona, though, now. Back-to-back road games is not easy at this time of the year in the National Football League. And Daniel Jones, of course, signs with the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are 3.5-point favorites. Total is 45. Texans and Jags, a game I don't really have a ton of interest in. Texans are minus 4-point road favorites. Total 43.5. Colts are 2.5-point favorites now against the Patriots, 42.5. The Chargers down to 1-point road favorites against the Falcons. over under 47.5. The Steelers, this is a weird number, this one. The Bengals, 3-point home favorites against the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers, total 47.5. The Seattle Seahawks down to 1 right now. 1-point road favorites against the Jets, totals 42. I'll throw that one at you, Kurtz. Listen, I've been fading the Jets. We just talked about betting on fading the Chiefs all the time. I've been fading the Jets on a weekly basis. But to me, this is one of those dangerous games for the Seahawks. You're going to the East Coast. You're coming off a couple of West Coast wins at San Francisco, at home. You're going on the East Coast. And now suddenly Aaron Rodgers knows he doesn't run the Jets organization anymore. He actually knows he's not even going to be there next year anymore. He can just be into let's have some fun mode. They're playing with house money, Kurtz. It makes them scary, in my opinion. I'd be weary about the Seahawks in this game. What's your take?
Jets and Falcons both coming off byes, both playing teams on the West Coast, both playing in 1 o'clock slots. That's really not a good thing for the West Coast teams. I think the Falcons and the Jets are going to cover the number. I think they're going to. I don't love either team, but I think they're going to cover the number. Just why aren't these games 4 o'clock? The NFL just doesn't care about fairness there. Give me the Jets. Give me the Falcons.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
The sharpest football contest show in the land, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show, focuses on Circus Sports Million, Circus Survivor, and the Westgate Super Contest, handicapping the games and releasing our contest picks every week of the season. With 2 former Super Contest winners, Brady Cannon and James Salinas, a former NFL player, Mike Pritchard, and over $1 million in contest prize money won combined, the Las Vegas Football Contest Show will have you prepared this season like none other.
Fillet Indiana. They would smash them.
What?
Honestly.
Do you listen to yourself speak? That's not a reality question. They have not played each other. You are using hypothetical.
And they got embarrassed.
As so many
if
teams
they
do.
Won that football. Yes, that's you're
but that's the thing, guys. No. Stop.
The only argument is Indiana is a decent football team and a product of their environment.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
All right, we're stuck at 38 right now, 27-11, early in the fourth quarter of play. In-game total is currently 51.5, and now the Dolphins are getting 10.5 points in this game. So the point spread is starting to turn a little bit. We've got a lot of props riding on this. I jumped in on all those Green Bay Packers players to get one more reception, and it didn't happen. I got Jonnu Smith over 7.5. He's stuck at 6 right now. We had a Tyreek Hill sighting. But Cam, the Dolphins aren't going to, they're not going to cover the original number. Well, actually, I don't want to mush this, but.
What are you talking? Like if they score a touchdown here,
your in-game numbers are in the mix.
They're down 16. We got 12 minutes left. If they get a touchdown, 2-point conversion, they're within one possession. This game's not over yet. I mean, no,
Maybe I'm being too overconfident. How do you feel, Kurtz?
I think you like to do this just to upset me and get my blood pressure rising, but that's okay. Whatever happens is going to happen.
I don't think the game's over. No, it's 12 minutes left, one possession game. But I mean, Miami's not going to win the game. I'm not going to go that crazy here. They won't kick a field goal, right? Though you need 2 touchdowns and 2 pointers, so they're not kicking a field goal. They're going to go for it on
900 on the money line.
That's true.
Would I be donating to charity?
Well, I want to give a shout out to who was it? It was actually the Royal Thunder in our chat earlier, who we were talking about bailout specials, and we were talking about the hedging and taking both sides of games. And he said, "Hey, Morency, what do you think about the what did he call it? The hipsters? Oh, the super hedge, the super hedge with the Miami Dolphins. It was up to plus 1,500. That's as high as the Dolphins money line was, Cam. It was plus 1,500 at one point. Now it's plus 900. Still, listen, I actually don't think that's a crazy number. I think if you know what I mean. Like you said, they're knocking on a door right now, and suddenly if they get to 2, they're down by 8 points, and they're down 1 score, plus 900, and they just got a penalty. They just smoked Tua, actually, after the play.
No, what
Panthers are getting frustrated a little bit.
It's Thanksgiving right now. Plus 900.
No flag on the play?
I'm in.
I think they picked it up. I think they picked it up. They didn't.
That should be a penalty. That should be a penalty.
The guy's been concussed his whole life. Like, cut me some.
He hit it. That was way late, and I call it like it is. That was way late. That hit. Come on.
That was in slow motion.
You're telling me, Kurtz, that wasn't a penalty?
It doesn't matter. It was late.
He did not take a step. If you watch the replay, he did not take a step after Tua threw it. He was already in motion, and he bumped through his shit. No, I don't have a problem with it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think there's way too many. We baby these quarterbacks. By the way,
I don't need your cut George's mic.
I don't want to
George is the ref.
I don't care.
Surprise! I'm the one. I'm like, hey, you can't.
I like your style right now.
He had time to ease up. He had time to ease up, Cam. Like he came in, it was like he had time to. But how about today, though?
History, they'd actually be a little tighter with him, but he doesn't get the calls like Mahomes and all these other guys do. That's why he's half dead.
They're going to score, man. Here they come for real, actually. This is getting real, actually.
If they get the 2
They're
points,
on the 1 yard line.
No,
this is
I'm not giving up yet. Can I get a miracle?
You guys, by the way. For once, I'm
coming to life. It's like CPR. Someone's pumped his electric shock. Boom.
It wasn't you, Morency. You're done. You got no shit.
That wasn't me. No, I was burying the casket. I'm like, it's over. 21-3. You're done.
I worked a lot of years with Cam, and he made some really bad bets in this Miami.
No, I didn't say that, but I know you were tired of hearing it. Every one of our guests comes on and says the same thing. Oh, of course I'm on Green Bay because of the weather, and I get to see you steaming.
I know, but still, I'm allowed to do my way. Hey, I'm just saying, if these guys cover a teaser, I'll be happy. The bottom line is
they're getting in a teaser mode here. Yeah, if they score a touchdown.
If they get a touchdown.
Well, teaser's plus 10.5, right? So, yeah, they'd be covering, even if they missed the 2.
At the start, if you could get a 4, but you can't get a 4, you're right. They have to get it'll be 27-16.
They're having a hard time getting this in the end zone, though, here, all of our talk. Like, you know what I mean? This is becoming a problem.
I can't stay happy. See, every time I get
crap, this is it's a real problem. It's 4th and goal coming up. It's 4th and goal.
Oh, this is a nightmare. Stop.
What's that line? They thought James Smith would be wide open on that play. Green Bay covered that very well. Very well.
They ran the ball the first 2 times to H.N., and he couldn't. You know what? He's not a smash mouth guy, though, like in a tight spot like that. These teams, always give it to the wrong back, it seems. They ran it twice, then they had Tua roll out and try to throw the ball on 3rd down, and it was covered. And, oh, my God, just like that is 4th and goal. This whole drive up in the air.
Where's Mostert? Isn't he the touchdown guy from last year? 88 touchdowns?
He got sacked. No.
You got to be kidding me. They throw the ball and he gets sacked. They get nothing.
Flag.
Flag on.
Your main event, Tale of the Tape for Battle of the Giants. Francis Ngannou, 38 years of age. Reina Ferreira is 34. Francis standing 6 feet 4 inches tall. That's usually the bigger man, but tonight he'll face a man who is 6'8". May not weigh in heavier, has the longer reach on arms and legs.
The cruel and the beautiful agony of professional football, huh? It's like the wide world of sports, the agony of defeat. That's Cam Stewart. And I feel bad, too. We resurrected him in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. You're going to make it, Mr. Stewart. You're going to make it. And then 30 seconds later, you hit a pothole. Boom. We're like, oh, no, we're losing him. We're losing him. Dude, that was terrible, man. They didn't I thought McDaniel was this big run guru too, but I love to run football. I don't understand. Like, you're on the 1 yard line. All right, so you ran the ball the first 2 times, it didn't work. Third down, you had a little read option here, didn't work. Fourth down, you got freaking sacked. You should have ran the ball on fourth down, in my opinion. Brutal. I agree. That screws our in-game total.
I think they thought him a Janu Smith play the read option, the bootleg, that he'd be wide open. I think they assumed Green Bay would sell out for the run. They didn't. They covered it well here. But you can make it argument. Just run the ball 4 times. If they can stop you 4 times, God bless. You know, why even take the chance
and
here?
If your QB isn't healthy enough and you're like, oh, we can't have our QB sneaking from the 1, then he shouldn't be on the field, George.
I mean, but Mostert had, 21 touchdowns last year? Why wasn't he in there for that? He seems to be good at touchdowns. You know, so that'd be my biggest bother, other than not running the ball. You know, you said it. You know, Devin A, not the greatest at the short yardage. That's Mostert's bag, right? Isn't that why he's on team 4? So maybe you should have given him a shot on 3rd and 4th down to get in the end zone.
McDaniel thinks he's the smartest guy in the room all the time, and when you watch their games, it's very frustrating.
I wanted points there, actually. I was pulling for the Dolphins to score. I just wanted more points, more props, more everything. And you know what? We're stuck on everything here with Jacobs and Reed. And who did I take? I took Jacobs. Yeah, Wicks and Kraft. Kraft's at 4 only, too. They're all stuck. Reed's still stuck at 3 right now. Jacobs is stuck at 3. God, throw the ball to freaking someone.
There you go.
All right, who's this to?
That's Kraft. That's macaroni and cheese.
There was Kraft. All right, there's Kraft. All right, there it is. All right, we got paid for it. We're at -110. There's the check mark next to the bet. I like to see the check mark.
Me too.
Authenticated check mark. Verified.
I like to see the money in my account. That's when I get happy.
Yeah, I see it verified. It's like check mark next to the pick now. All right, good. All right, so now let's dump one off to Reed or Jacobs here. Dump one off to Reed or Jacobs. Let's go.
I think Reed would be the guy, but not this play. This play is going to be a run.
No, now that it's first down, exactly. This is the problem. They're only going to throw on 3rd down now. Right? They're going to run on 1st down. They're going to run on 2nd down. And maybe they'll dump it off on 3rd down. Oh,
huge. Making lines out of it. Hey, look at this. It is Gabriel Morency.
Oh, it's coming together here, huh?
Holy God,
coming together here.
And there goes the super teaser. I want to fly to Florida and fight Mike McDonald.
There's Jacobs with the big run. And now, you know what? Now suddenly they're about to score again, potentially. You know what? Jacobs, guys, was +145. All right. We said, all right, we hope we could hit 2 of the 3, but you know that was a lie. Let's get Jaden Reed home now. Let's get one more.
Were you yelling at me for being greedy last week? You were yelling at me for being greedy. You were yelling at me for being greedy last week.
We all are. We all are. All right, so listen, George, you're going to be on tomorrow at, 10 a.m. tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time?
Noon Eastern time. Maybe 10 for you people. But Joe Madden will be on at 10. She's in Calgary, so 10 back.
Noon Eastern.
Uh-oh.
Oh, now what?
Pick six?
Is this law? Does this count?
Tell me something went good for me. That's behind him. Go.
This will just be a tease if it doesn't. I don't know. Does this count or not? It would be a touchdown. They just picked it up and ran it in. Nobody's saying anything.
I am going to break something.
It looks like a forward pass.
It's a forward pass. It's a forward pass. Yeah, it's a yard forward.
Cam's getting tortured here. You're getting tortured, Cam. Look at that. Like, it would have been a touchdown. Would have been a touchdown.
What have I done to you, gambler? I just wanted to be your buddy, and all you do is drive me nuts. You're a horrible friend. You drink my beer.
That looked
you
a
take
lot like the
money.
Music City. That looked a lot like the Music City Miracle that they said it wasn't. Like,
Can we look at this again? Oh my
No,
God!
they showed the replay. It wasn't even all that close. It was a yard.
Sorry, George. I'm just praying now.
That's I was rooting for you, man. I wanted it. I thought it'd be a much funner game. But no.
Your New York Islanders, this is getting serious now. They got to start winning games. Sorry, I got to bring it up. Islanders plus 125 in Washington tomorrow. Capitals minus 150.
Capitals are hot.
I don't see it. The Islanders are in all sorts of trouble. I don't care if the Washington doesn't have AO. They played very good this year. A pleasant surprise team. Sorokin got lit up the other night. I think, 6 goals on 15 shots. It just doesn't matter right now. Maybe the team is hurting because they don't have Barzal. They don't have Duclair. He's out. Pellets is out. I think that is starting to catch up to this team here. But, no, I'm on Washington tomorrow. I won't even wait for the third period for the Islanders to blow the lead here. Go with the Caps. Islanders have lost what now? 5 or 6? 6 or 7? Lou just has to go.
They battled against Boston, but it's just these guys can't find a way to win. They just don't win, George, and they're third period gaggers. That's the whole problem. They can't get it together in the lead.
I think they're feeling it. I think they're gripping the sticks tight. Or what is Roy said? Their asses are clenched. That sort of thing. They get real nervous and real tight when they have a lead in the third period because they know it's coming. Even if it's just it don't. Some teams do blow leads. It's going to happen, but the Islanders blow a lead every damn time. I said it's very frustrating. Hell, they didn't blow it last night, Saturday night against St. Louis. They fired the coach because of it. It's a joke.
Rangers and Flyers at 1 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. Rangers minus 160 in Philly. Total 6.5. Blackhawks plus 210 in Minnesota. 5.5. Calgary Flames are in Columbus. Minus 120 plus 100. 6.5. Panthers and Hurricanes tomorrow. That's a good one. Panthers and Canes at 3 o'clock Eastern. Canes minus 140. Devils and Red Wings. Devils are minus 190 road favorites. Total is 6. We talked about the Otters and Capitals. The Lightning are in Nashville tomorrow. The Vancouver Canucks are in Buffalo at 3 o'clock Eastern tomorrow as well. Canucks minus 115 favorites coming off the loss. And Lankinen is 8-0 on the road, guys. Cam. Lankinen, the goal. He didn't play. Seeloff played last night. He didn't play well. Lankinen will play tomorrow. Canucks minus 115. Kings, Ducks, Kraken, Sharks. Penguins, Bruins, Jets, Vegas. So that's a good one. You know what? The late night card tomorrow is fun. Jets in Vegas, Colorado and Dallas. What do you like on the ice tomorrow, Kurtz?
Yeah, I think the late night tomorrow night, I think that's the TNT doubleheader. That's why we have that there. So what I like here, I'm staying away from Winnipeg and Golden Knights. Although Jets not playing quite as well lately here. I like Boston over Pittsburgh here, but I don't like the minus 184. So I'm not taking that. I just don't trust the Penguins. I don't think they're all that good a team here. Give me Seattle over the San Jose Sharks. I like how the Sharks are playing. I don't know if you want to hear my dog. We're complaining about the Islanders. Rangers are having just as many problems. All right, they're having all sorts of issues. A ton of shots. I think Tortorella gets a little bit of revenge tomorrow. I think Michkov gets an anytime goal. I think the Philadelphia Flyers beat the Rangers to add to their worries.
The Rangers played well against Carolina, and it got away from them late. But I know that there's some people that want to blow the team up, Kurtz and Cam. And you're in New York, Kurtz. You see the media, but a lot of New York media types and people have given up on this football team and hockey team. Speaking of football, did they score a touchdown? No, they're on the 1 yard line.
Go for it. I don't think they're going to blow the team up. Yeah, he was open. They haven't said that. We're still waiting. Yeah, they're still waiting to see what the call is. I don't think the Rangers are going to blow it up. I think they were doing that. Drury was doing that just to try and wake the team up. You can't trade Kreider. He's hurt right now. He's got back spasms. He's not playing anyway. And you tried to trade Truitt during the offseason. He said no, right? Because they had a deal done with Detroit. He turned it down because he's got the no trade clause here. So, and he's not playing well either. So what are you going to do? Trade these guys for 60 cents on the dollar? So I don't see it here. I think the Rangers are just trying to make some noise here.
Penalty on the Packers, right? Hang in here, Kurtz. We'll get you out in a couple of minutes. We got Big Card Julio on the radar as well. So unnecessary roughness on Jenkins on the Green Bay Packers. So they're about to score. They're on the 1 yard line. It's getting frustrating here. I don't even want to look. I got so many plays on this game. It's one of those I'm scared to look and see how it all plays out. But at least we've hit some of these props in the second half at plus money.
Your main event, Tale of the Tape for Battle of the Giants. Francis Ngannou, 38 years of age. Reina Ferreira is 34. Francis standing 6 feet 4 inches tall. That's usually the bigger man, but tonight he'll face a man who is 6 foot 8. Reina weighed in heavier, has the longer reach on arms and legs.
In-game live, happy Thanksgiving. We've been rocking with you since 8 o'clock Eastern time. Our boy George Kurtz is going to be back tomorrow at noon Eastern time. But programming will start earlier. I understand Joe Madden will be on earlier, so there's going to be live programming on tomorrow. We will not be on tomorrow night. I'll be back Sunday night for the San Francisco 49ers and the Buffalo Bills. Always fun when my Buffalo Bills are on prime time. And, man, I can't wait for this. This game's going to be fun, but in a couple of weeks, guys, we're going to be spoiled. And I don't know off the top of my head, though, what time the game is at, actually. The Detroit Lions. Do you, Kurtz or Cam? What time's the game at, Kurtz?
Checking. Give me a second. I'll let you know. But that's a huge game, right?
The Bills are in Detroit. Yeah, in like 2 weeks type deal.
That's amazing.
Yeah, could be a pre-Super Bowl preview.
Hot take.
Game right now is 4:25. It is the late window.
Yeah. So yeah, they're not going to move that because the network ain't going to give it up. So that's not getting flexed. So you say 4:20. What's the date, George? Is it 2 weeks exactly? What's the date officially?
I think it was the 15th. It is the 15th. Sunday the 15th, 4:25, CBS.
All right. So let me see here. So the Bills play the Niners, and then they're at the Rams. Man, they're at LA again, eh? Man, I was there last time they were there. They're at the Rams and then at the Lions. This is the last little tough time of the schedule. Yeah, the Chiefs, 49ers, at Rams, at Lions. Then they end with versus Patriots, versus Jets, at Patriots. And I tell you what, guys, you look at the Kansas City Chiefs schedule coming up in the month of December, they're going to lose games. Like, they're going to lose. Like, the Chiefs play 3 games in 10 days. All right? Like, their schedule is obscene. Like, we all bitch about that, people complain about Taylor Swift, especially Cam. Especially Cam. But, people in the media like Cam complain about Taylor Swift and, the conspiracy and the refs of the Kansas City Chiefs and all that. Finally, though, it'll catch up to them because no one can, their success is the reason why they're on TV so much. But they're playing, on all these, primetime games, like Christmas and, the 15th and the day before New Year's or whatever. They have a million games. They're going to end up stumbling. They got to go to Pittsburgh Christmas Day. They play the Chargers still. They've got a bunch of tricky games. Even that Brown game won't be easy for them, I think, in Cleveland. All right, so what are your best bets, George, tomorrow in the NHL? And then we'll get your NFL picks before we get you out of here.
All right, so I am picking against my my Islanders tomorrow, and that's pretty much I'll be doing that over and over again. We're going to have a long one? Oh, I thought maybe Tyreek would break one, but no. I'm taking Minnesota over the Blackhawks, but the goal line, the minus 245, I'll have them in a parlay as well. Minnesota's been playing very good hockey. Kaprizov's back for that team. I like it.
Well, that was a pretty big one, Kurt. Sorry to jump in, but that was a pretty big one.
I want a touchdown. I have Tyreek on my fantasy team. I want a touchdown.
We need end zone quickly to make it. And if they get the 2-point conversion, it's 49. 30 to, that's the whole thing. That makes it a 2-point possession. And 8 and a 3. They have
11 points. 49.
The guy's got a brain in his head. But no, he'll probably kick an extra point because he's a stooge.
All right, where's Tua at now? Oh, my God. I got Tua. Tua gets there. Man, these quarterbacks, I swear, this prop, even when it seems insurmountable. Tua's at 294 right now, guys. It was 265 and a half. He's at 294 yards.
When the team's behind and he's just airing it out all over the place.
Cam, I'm telling you, he wins like 90% of the time. I do it all. I do it every, almost every game. But you get burnt once in a while. It's rare, but like Trevor Lawrence got taken out of a game earlier. I had it with Trevor Lawrence. Once in a while, the QB, once that QB got hurt, I got screwed with an injury. But for the most part, especially in a modern NFL. It's just pass in these situations. Little dink and dunks. They all add up quickly. Hell, today, Caleb Williams at 44 yards at the half, man. And he ended up going over his original number when it was all said and done.
I can't believe, though, Gabe, the chances these guys have had, and they might not even cover a super teaser. Like marching up and down the field. Like I don't even know if these guys can
they're
get
down
it in.
19. You're right. You're down. And you know what? They're not kicking a field goal. So it's TD or bust for you here right now for a lot of bets. You're 17 and a half, you're 13 and a half, all the everything is a play.
Like, come on. Like, oh my God.
You know what,
touchdown?
though? Even if they score. No, it's close, though. They're knocking on the door.
Touchdown. It is a touchdown.
It is?
Tyreek Hill. Yes, it is. It is. It is. I'm sure I'm watching it on a sports book because I'm so far behind. I need to know this. Oh my God, he scored.
I don't see why it isn't. Yeah, Tyreek Hill, that's a touchdown. He's in.
Oh my God, go for 2.
Well, so they've cut it to 13 now. It's 13. They go for 2. They cut it to 11. That's 2 scores. You've got to go for 2 as far as the math here is concerned.
Yeah,
the Dolphins. You got to go for 2.
Conversion and exactly.
It's improbable, but you got to do it.
This is huge for me.
You see this all the time. They never get to 2s. These teams. They always get the touchdown and never get the 2.
No, he didn't get the 2.
Incomplete. They never get it. I swear. You see this all the time. They never get it.
Okay. How much timeouts do they have? 2 and 3 minutes?
I'm actually going to punch the computer, actually, if I see I had like an over 48 and a half and I just lost
If I didn't need this computer for work, Gabe, I'd use it and go buy like a bat and just smash it out in my backyard right now. But unfortunately, I need it for work. That's the problem. And I don't. And if I smash my computer or TV, I got to buy another one with monies that I've lost because these idiots can't score 4 cracks from the 1-yard line. I can't. You know what? They should have won the game, but the Miami should have made this a hell of a lot closer. This is BS. God, these guys kill me. You're right. They never get the 2. When you need it, you never get it. Unreal.
I keep looking here. I'm scrolling at my plays here. And I'm like, I swear to God, I'm like, where's my money? I have like, where's my parlay and stuff that I play? I'm like, did I not play this parlay? Yeah, where's my money? But you know what, Cam? Credit to the book. Since I had a 20-point lead at one point, they paid me because I was scrolling. Yeah. So I was looking. I'm like, where's my Dallas Cowboy Green Bay Packer money line parlay that I put in? I'm like, I swear to God, I'm on a Bible to my death that I put this bet in. And I did, but I didn't realize I got paid for it already. But, yeah, plus 122, Cowboys, Packers, money line.
Your main event, Tale of the Tape for Battle of the Giants. Francis Ngannou, 38 years of age. Renan Ferreira is 34. Francis standing 6 feet 4 inches tall. That's usually the bigger man, but tonight he'll face a man who is 6'8". Renan weighed in heavier, has the longer reach on arms and legs.
In-game live game day continues. I am Gabriel Morency. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We've been with you since 8 o'clock Eastern. We'll be with you until midnight tonight. We hope you've enjoyed the show more than Cam Stewart's enjoyed doing the show tonight. Cam's in the midst of a meltdown. Thursday.
You talked me off. Everything should be all right. I just
told Cam. I said, "Hey, Cam, it's one game. You got to chill out."
No, I hit Laporta first touchdown. Drew Lock.
You got to be like Bill Krakenberger.
Yeah, I do.
You'd be like Crackman. I remember he was on one night and there was a bunch of games going on, and he goes, "I got a lot of action going on." I said, "Anything you're sweating out right now?" He goes, Gabe, I've never sweated a game in my life.
The thing is, when we do the show, we have to watch it. I prefer sometimes when things are going bad not to watch it, and good things happen sometimes. But that's the thing when you're doing these live shows.
All things considering that you jumped in on the 13.5 and 17.5, you're covering that right now. You should be pretty happy. I'm just mad at the Dolphins not
with
happy,
the 3s and the 10s. Yeah, no, I did a lot of dumb stuff, but the props went amazing in this game. I told you we took both Jonnu Smith, tight ends. Kraft did great. HN touchdown. Yeah, there's a lot of positives, but this teaser, I did like a 7-pointer, and right now winning by 13. If they could find a way to win by under 10, it would be really save the day. But yeah, anyway.
I'd like I need a catch. I need one catch from Jaden Reed here. We have a 3rd and 11 situation too, so the Packers have to throw the ball. They're on the 50-yard line. Look, the Packers, they don't get the first down here. Suddenly the Miami Dolphins are going to get the ball back again, and they're definitely going to be trying to score. So there still could be some real estate left in this game. But let's bring in our main man right now, Big Card Julio. Happy Thanksgiving, Julio. Thanks for joining us tonight. How you doing tonight?
Doing well. Great outcome for Bears under 8.5 bettors. And hey, look, I mentioned this before. A lot of people in Chicago smoked a lot of hopium. Too much hopium with the Bears going into this season. Too much hopium. 8.5 win total was too high. Rookie quarterback, only one rookie quarterback to take a team to the playoffs since 1970, and that was Andrew Luck. So the Bears have covered 3 in a row. 3 in a row in the division. So for me, despite the horrific final play, things aren't bad in Chicago, despite everyone melting down and having sour cranberries today during Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they're getting salmonella after some bad turkey after today this Bears game. So, listen, Caleb, it's not, we can talk about whose fault it was at the end of the game. It's clearly the coach's fault, number one. Like, the coach, you're supposed to call a timeout, coach. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got a rookie quarterback. He just got sacked. He clearly was in space as far as what was going on, as far as hurrying up is concerned. But without being stated, you're right about the listen, they won 7 games last year, so I understand why people like them this year, Julio. But Eberflus has to go. But Caleb Williams shows why he was drafted, who he is. The kid's a stud. Right, you see the plays, bro. Yep. How many 4th downs did they convert? He's running, he's making plays, never quits on the game, gets them back in the game, makes plays for them. They didn't finish it off, but as you stated, I was on the Bears plus the points, so hey, we covered. I was just mad, Julio, that they screwed up because I had the over in the game, and we would have went over if they would have kicked the damn field goal and tied the game.
That's the bugaboo. It's that deciding for the field goal, whether it's blocked last week, blocked 2 weeks ago, or
that's the bugaboo. That's the insane clown
in
posse.
The pockets today.
Yeah, that's what we'll call the bad beat. The insane clown posse.
It's the juggalo.
We got
the juggalo.
We got screwed over. Yeah, insane clown posse style. Yeah, the hopium. Julio's on fire tonight.
Great joke.
Yeah, our boy Sean Higgs is dancing on the Bears' grave. He's happy because he got lit up online when he liked the Bears. He said the Bears would win 5 games this year, and people really came at him hard. And he admitted after, well, I didn't really mean 5, but it came out like I was getting mad, so I said 5. He might be right. Like, the way things are going. You know what I mean? Like, if he might be able to gloat.
With Bear down, and people were after him. It was like he was like a salmon, and like people were like going, Higgs.
It wasn't as bad as you, but he went viral with Bear fans. There was literally like,
wasn't as bad as you.
I don't know. It's weird because we do all these segments and stuff, and of all things that go viral, me and Sean Higgs.
I know.
Sean Higgs somehow ripping on the Bears goes viral. I don't know, like SI or one of those. Somebody picked it up. One of the Bear blog fan site. You know what I mean? On one of the big sites, picked it up and it went viral, and Higgs got murdered.
Your main event, Tale of the Tape for Battle of the Giants. Francis Ngannou, 38 years of age. Reina Ferreira is 34. Francis standing 6 feet 4 inches tall. That's usually the bigger man, but tonight he'll face a man who is 6 foot 8. Reina weighed in heavier, has the longer reach on arms and legs.
In-game live continues. I am Gabriel Morency. Julio Rosario joining us right now from a very frigid and cold Colorado, the mountains up there with Sasquatch. Although all kidding aside, the Sasquatch sightings, all kidding aside, Julio, you were just saying all the talk about the cold, and listen, it's for the Miami Dolphins. They don't play well in this, but I do agree. And I kidded earlier. I said the same thing. I said we're so soft right now that people think that when it's not even like freezing that it's cold, Julio. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know what cold is? Like when people get like frostbite, it's cold. All right, like when it's minus 32, it's cold. And I remember years ago, it was like 20 years ago, 25 years ago, about 25 years ago. When I was still more active. And I got a pair of skates for Christmas. I was all excited. I got some Super Tacs, some skates for Christmas. And I'll never forget, it was minus 23 out. And everybody, all my buddies were like, you're insane. They were like, what are you doing? I was like suiting up. I had my stick. I had a couple of pucks. And there was an empty rink, like right across the street from my house outdoors because it was so cold. People are wuss bags. They didn't want to play. And I'll never forget, I went into the store, into a convenience store, and it was a Korean guy. And I walked in, and he told me, you're a true Canadian. You play hockey in cold. And I said, you're damn right. And I never forget, too, I bought a Gatorade, and I bigged it up, too, Cam. I said, this ain't nothing. This is the way it's supposed to be. This is hockey weather. I went out, and it's true. Anyone who played hockey knows, man. I got goosebumps now. You can't top it. The sound of the blade into the ice when it's like minus 22 and the rink is empty and the puck off the boards into the net. Yeah,
everything's in stereo. It's amazing.
Like you stop on a dime because the ice is perfect because it's so cold.
You're right.
It's like Edmonton Oilers ice. That's perfect, right? It's great stuff, right. Cam, when you get that. I'm used to playing, too. I used to play in this dump-ass park in Montreal. It'd be like all ice, and then you'd have the grass sticking out in the corner and stuff, and you'd be like trip over. You'd all be like, "Hey, watch out for the hole there in the corner, guys." It's a little bit of concrete, but I want to get out there. I like to go out and play. The last time I played outdoor hockey with the public. It got a little chippy, and I got into it with some like McGill University students. I nearly got beat up. So I was like,
my elbows in the corner. The kids weren't impressed.
No, I got a serious slash in before the end of it. I was like, well, bam, man. We were going at it hard, and finally I was like, you know what? Fine, okay. And then like, boom. There was a couple of them, and I was alone. I realized I was like, all right, I better get out of here because I'm going to take a puck to the face here soon. And I famously once, too, I was at a charity game. This might be the worst thing I've done on the list of worst things I've done. I was at a charity game, and it was roller hockey. I'm not a big roller like blade guy. You know what I'm saying? And it was the roller blade, the roller hockey era. So it was this charity game in the summertime, and since I was on the radio and stuff, we got invited to the game. And there was this like teenager, man, that was like mouthing off a lot. He was like, you like that, Morency? Like he took the ball from me once, like in the corner. He was, you like that and stuff? And he sort of like bumped me into the boards a bit. I was in a bad mood. Like I was kind of upset that I was there to begin with. It was in the middle of nowhere. And I was like, you know what? All right, screw this kid. And I totally slew-footed the kid. Like I'm not going to lie. I cheap shot of the kid. I slew-footed him. He went like face first into the boards and stuff. They stopped the game. They're like, hey, this is a charity, Morency, and this isn't sports rage, eh? Like, it's not your hockey days, and you got to take it easy. And I didn't. I was like, the kid shouldn't have mouthed off. Like, I was standing over him, and the kid's lying there. I was like, the kid shouldn't have mouthed off, man. And I was like, let's play. And they're like, no. And the guy, the honorary coach, he was like, I'm taking you out of the game and stuff. And I did what any sane adult would do. I stormed out and I told everyone to go F themselves. I was like, you know what? Screw you all. I was like, I'm leaving. I left. So, long story short, that's why I don't go play shinny anymore in public with people. Things get out of hand. It's like pickup basketball. A couple of elbows. Next thing you know, you're in a fight with someone,
I'll say one thing before we get into the games. I was playing, we won a rec hockey league, but there's a lot of angry guys out there going through divorces, and they want to kill you. Like it's not a safe place to be as an older man. I remember him in the boards.
This guy came out basketball. You're right. And the thing is, guys, pucks are dangerous. They don't even have to hit you. They can accidentally, unaccidentally, on purpose, like just tee off and hit you with a puck. Like that's another thing. Like there's a lot of dangers in hockey. If you piss people off on the ice cam in public. If you're playing in a league game, it's different because there's refs, there's equipment.
The refs were scared.
You're in public suddenly. You're in public suddenly. Hey, like you're just a dude with a stick in your hand, and you're in a lot of trouble.
You know what the problem is? The refs don't make enough money, and they're young. And these guys are old guys that used to beat up people in their own, like in their leagues, and now they take out their frustration because they hate their family on like an unsuspecting guy in the corner with like.
It's like softball guy that takes it too seriously. The softball guy that crushes the ball.
I'm like, I'm too old for this. Like I couldn't even move. Like I slashed the back of my neck and stuff. I'm like, this is garbage, man. Like it's.
Hey, but I said it. I'm open to it, but everybody wusses out all the time. I said we'll go to Vegas. That's the place. We'll meet on neutral ground. In Las Vegas, we'll go to the rink and we'll play. We'll find out who will play. I want to see Kurtz out on the rink, not his little ref and roller hockey cam.
Kurtz is pretty good, actually. He doesn't really smoke anything. Like he drinks Pepsi. Like he's kind of goes to the gym a lot. Like I could see him being surprisingly good. I can.
After finding out Santa Claus wasn't real when I was 4 years old, I was young. Finding out that George Kurtz had been going, and he told me for like 5 years on the show, I can't, Monday night is my reffing night. I ref hockey games. And turned out it was roller hockey, and I lost all respect for him, Julio. It's just not the same.
We're very disappointed.
It's not the same. It's like saying you're a lifeguard. Like it's like being a lifeguard in Malibu or being a lifeguard at the local YMCA. It's not the same. Like, no, you're not a lifeguard. You just work at the Y.
Collecting a check.
Yeah, that's amazing.
All right, so 30-17 is the final score. The bleeding's over, Cam. At least the pain's done.
It could have been a hell of a lot worse, but it could have been like if Miami finds a way to score one more time, I'm laughing. I'm having that's the difference between
How about this?
The game. Yeah.
Before we go to a break, how about this? And this is in Julio's backyard. I've been murdering college basketball, too. We got a game that just started. Arizona State right now is up 5-4 on Sheriff Lobo. 4 minutes into the game. New Mexico were -4, 4.5 before the game started. That's what they are right now still. In-game total 153.5. And we got Townsend and Kent State, although this game there's only 3 minutes left, so forget about that one. What do you think about the Lobos and the Sun Devils, Julio?
Where's this game in? At the Mullet in Las Vegas, or excuse me, the Mullet in Tempe. I'm a big fan of Richard Pitino, what he's done so far. So I would look for a better number with the Lobos. See if the Sun Devils get on a bit of a run and take them on maybe on the plus side.
Cam, I personally, you know what? The Lobos, I think this is a game that comes down to the wire. I lean with the points, actually, with the Sun Devils here.
Now it's 1.5. It's 1.5 both sides.
Yeah, of course. They just screwed me. I wanted the 4.5, and it goes to 1.5.
Now you can join me and Julio and Sheriff Lobo as a friend at 1 point.
Right. I don't trust them. I'm feeling ASU tonight.
ASU football, cowboy.
ASU football's rolling, and now I feel like it's an ASU night. All right, we're coming up against the break, but Julio is in Colorado. On the other side, we'll take a look at the Colorado-Buffalo game. We'll see what Julio likes tomorrow. Full slate of college football games. I'll share some of my best bets with you as well. Although I said it earlier, I do think the Colorado Buffaloes are going to murder Oklahoma State tomorrow. It's Shedeur Sanders' last home game. It's Travis Hunter's last home game. Travis Hunter's trying to get the Heisman Trophy. he's also going to score multiple touchdowns tomorrow. We'll hit this some more.
Yeah.
We live in a society right now where everybody's a snowflake, everybody's a cupcake, and everybody thinks that nothing is fair. Everything is like, it's not fair. We should have a better chance. We need more. You know what? I'm old enough to remember when you needed to have a perfect goddamn record to win a college football championship. That's the way it was. 11-1, too bad.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
Grandma Bear, who owns the football team, probably comes in, gives a little, oh, man, you're such a good little boy out there. Congratulations, the way you coach this football team. I'm never going to fire you.
Totally, I missed you pinching your own cheek as I was
that's what your
looking down
grandma
and did
does,
not
right?
know we were getting.
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there with that guy named Ben. Like, that's what your grandma would do to you when you go see her on Thanksgiving or Christmas,
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
.30-17 is the final score in the NFL game. On to the college basketball. As I've said it in the past, only history teachers and hair metal bands live in the past. Time to move forward. Arizona State's up 10-6 right now on New Mexico. And Kent State and Townsend are into the final moments of their game. All right, so we got Big Card Julio in the house. Julio's in Colorado. Let's blast through to college football tomorrow. What do you like, Julio? I said I do like Colorado to get the day started in the morning. And I also think this game, it's a high total at 65. But, as I stated, it's Shedeur Sanders' last home game. And they did note that Shedeur, they said they're going to play in the bowl games, which is pretty cool. They said, no, we're not resting anyone in the bowl game. Shadeur's going to play. Travis Hunter's going to play in the bowl game. We're going to play this thing out. So they're not letting up. And they want to get the Heisman Trophy for Travis Hunter. And he's plus 130. He's like minus 350 to score one touchdown. But he's plus 130 to score multiple touchdowns. And I think he will. Oklahoma State have quit on the season. They're 3-8. They literally have nothing to play for. They're going on the road. They already played their last home game. They're just going there to get lit up like a bong by the kids lighting up the weed in the parking lot of Boulder, Mork and Mindy style. From Boulder, the old sitcom Mork and Mindy with Robin Williams was supposedly in Boulder. They used to have a shot of the stadium overhead. I remember as a kid, I was like, "Oh, Colorado Buffaloes, Mork and Mindy."
Buffaloes, right? Exactly. It's true.
So they're there in Boulder. You know, Boulder actually is the fittest town in America.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of cycle riders.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know
good
that.
call. Yeah. Actually,
Beautiful.
I watched that murder mystery about that lady from whatever.
I read the British tabloids, Cam, for F1 stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they like to sensationalize things. And they had a story about Boulder. It said, like, fat people not welcome. And it was like,
That's amazing.
it was like America's fittest town. But the thing was, that like a lot of people that move there feel uncomfortable and stuff. Like Julio, you're out there. I guess it's a big hipster town, right? It's the yoga, it's the Peloton crew. They're biking, they're cycling, yoga moms, Cam. Yeah, everyone's fit there, bro. It's a fit town.
Peloton. Yeah, that's the best.
It's probably hard to get laid there. Like if you got to be in shape.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Unlike Wisconsin, as Cam was bringing up earlier, like cheese,
friendly cheese and beer.
Yeah,
you're in.
Nobody's fit.
Yeah.
It's like when Homer and Springfield in The Simpsons, they became the fattest town in America, and Homer looks into the camera. He goes, "Screw you, Milwaukee." They beat Milwaukee. They're awesome. Like, that was in The Simpsons. Springfield, and they're like, "Who do we beat?" And Homer's like, "Screw you, Milwaukee. We're better than you. We're more obese than Milwaukee is in Springfield." Awesome. So what do you got for us, Julio, tomorrow? What do you like?
Yeah, Colorado, very hipster town, very, very hipster town, and super rich too. Very expensive place to live. You need a lot of cheddar, but Dion,
that's where they're paying
money.
Dion all that money. Exactly, they got to get that money.
Exactly,
that money coming in.
We'll get. 2 years ago, they were the worst team in college football. I was there when they got slapped in the face against Utah. It was embarrassing. During that offseason, they didn't even know how they could pay Deion Sanders the money that they were going to guarantee him to come in.
They said, we'll come up with it. Yeah.
We'll come up with it somehow, and now they've made over tenfold with that investment. So Travis Hunter probably could go down as the best athlete in Colorado football history, and they've had some good ones. Rashawn Salam, Heisman Trophy winner, Cordell Stewart, a great running back, Alfred quarterback, Alfred Davis, linebacker. I mean, they've had a lot of greats in that program's history. Travis Hunter could go down as one of the best. So a lot has changed due to Shedeur, Travis, and obviously Dion. There are whispers this could be Mike Gundy's last year in Stillwater as well. So if he's got his young Cowboys laying in the weeds, it could be a long Friday in Boulder. I'm going to take the first quarter over 13.5 in Colorado in the first half as well. Colorado State, what a turnaround they have been, although terrible first half last week against, Utah State, I think it was. But I like Colorado State.
That was embarrassing.
Against Utah State this week.
They're playing Utah State tomorrow, aren't they? Yeah, Utah State.
Yes, but horrible game last week for Colorado State. That first half was atrocious.
I don't like picking on college quarterbacks, but now that they get paid, and that kid talks a lot of smack anyways, but what's his name? Nicolosi Smith. What's the kid's name? Nicolosi, whatever.
Nicolosi. Nicolosi for Colorado State. Not that
he
good.
Sucks. Yeah, he sucks. Let's call it out for what it is. He reminds me of the old school bad Pitt quarterbacks I used to always rag on all the time.
Oh, yeah. Those guys were the best.
Pitt had a cycle of these QBs. I was like, oh, God, man. Dude, like, can you complete a pass, man? Like, come on, man.
Yeah. All the same type of guy, too.
Yeah, no, they're always scrappers. They always never praise the Nicolosi. Oh, he's a gamer. Look at him. He got hit. I'm like, the guy sucks, all right? Like, he throws it up there. His receivers make miracle catches, and they give him the credit. Like, it was so frustrating that game last week against Fresno. But sorry, Julio. I had to jump in. Sorry, Fort Collins. But
Thank you.
Suck.
Yeah, that was a good
Go on.
Yeah, he was terrible. Jacksonville State. I love this Gamecock team. I love the way Rich Rodriguez has really built that program the last few years. Even money at Western Kentucky. And I like the first quarter over 13.5 in that ball game. Over 46.5. Utah, the resurgent Utah Utes on offense against Central Florida. We've got the FCS playoffs taking place this weekend. Illinois State, the higher seed. We've got the Illinois High School Football Championships this weekend in Normal, the home of Illinois State. So they're playing in Cape Girardeau against SEMO, Southeast Missouri State. I like Illinois State to win that game, minus 150 on the money line. New Hampshire, FCS playoffs, even money, and Mizzou, -3, and Wyoming, +17. They showed me a lot against Boise State last week in Laramie, +17 in the Palouse of Washington State.
Wow, SEMO, the Bears. You're going deep, man.
I love Julio bringing up the FCS playoffs. Great stuff. We'll definitely be getting in on this stuff. I'll be posting some picks tomorrow for that. But when you brought up the Illinois high school, I was going to say, dude, like, come on, it's a family program. Illinois high school football lines But all kidding aside, I'd bet on it if we had numbers. If I had a line, I'm not opposed to betting on it.
All right. Yes.
We live in a society right now where everybody's a snowflake, everybody's a cupcake, and everybody thinks that nothing is fair. Everything is like, it's not fair. We should have a better chance. We need more. You know what? I'm old enough to remember when you needed to have a perfect goddamn record to win a college football championship. That's the way it was. 11-1, too bad.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
Grandma Bear, who owns the football team, probably comes in, gives a little, oh, man, you're such a good little boy out there. Congratulations, the way you coach this football team. I'm never going to fire you.
Totally, I missed you pinching your own cheek because I was looking down and did not know we were getting.
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there with that guy named Ben. Like, that's what your grandma would do to you when you go see her on Thanksgiving or Christmas,
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
I'm going to get to my call. I got some college football best bets for. I'm going to post a video as well. But me and Julio are kindred spirits in the sense that, and Julio's a big supporter of women's sports, and so am I. And we're also degenerate gamblers, so we love all these leagues. And the PWHL, which I've been patiently waiting for Julio to get back. I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, man, what's up with this? When are they going to start playing? Well, they're playing on Saturday. They're back. And you're so hardcore. Julio's so hardcore, he's been betting on the preseason PWHL camp. That's even, I didn't do that.
No, I got to tell you, I'd be lying if I said I did. He's impressive.
All right, so we got names for the teams right now. We got team names now. Montreal has the best name. La Victoire de Montréal. The victory. Montreal victory, but Victoire in French. Beautiful jerseys. I'd say that Ottawa has the lamest name. The Ottawa Charge. You didn't put a lot of thought into that.
I'm going to be honest with you. Ottawa's the worst names in every sport.
That sounds like an Adam, hockey team, or not even. It sounds like a T-ball team. It sounds like a 5-year-old T-ball team. You're that lazy. Yeah, we're the Charge. It's like, what do you mean we're the Charge?
Get it together, Ottawa. You're the nation's capital.
These are the team names. Minnesota nailed it. The Minnesota Frost. Great name.
Oh, yeah.
Minnesota Frost.
That's it. It fits everything. Frost. Yeah, I like it.
New York, a little edgy. I like it that they show their feminine side here. The New York Sirens. I like it.
Ooh,
Siren hockey, siren, and the Sirens. It's like my favorite netball team, the Vixens. Sure, the Vixens. The Victoire de Montréal is a good one. Ottawa Charge just blows. That's terrible.
Oh, I got to be honest with you. I can't believe they got voted in. This is
an expansion. They got to change their name. We got to tell them, Cam, you guys got to change your name. You got it wrong. Who came up with the Ottawa Charge? Who thought that was a good idea? What are you charging a credit card? Was Visa your sponsor? Well, yeah, I mean, maybe. I guess that's the scam. We're brought to you by Visa. The charging.
I'd say Otters, but like that kind of.
What do you think, Cam, of the Toronto name? The Toronto Scepters. I'm not a fan.
Sucks. Scepters? What are we? Elitist Toronto with their scepters and crowns. It makes it come across like kings. That's a scepter is like the jewel.
Sounds like a sewer to me, too. It's like sucks. Yeah. I don't know. Scepters. What the hell's that? What do you think of Boston? The Boston Fleet. Boston Fleet.
That sucks, too. These new names. Ottawa, you suck. Toronto, you suck. And Boston, that blows.
Yeah,
I like
agree
the other.
with Cam. There's 3 good names. The Victoire, the Sirens, and the Frost. I say the Victoire is the best one. I'll give the Frost the second place, and I'll say the Sirens is third place. Go back to the drawing board, Boston and Ottawa. As far as the game is concerned, before we get out of here, the game, Boston Fleet at the Toronto Scepters. That's just too terrible. I'll show you the jersey next week, Cam. You're not going to like it either. Boston Fleet. Plus 130. Toronto are a good hockey team, and Sarah Nurse, she's no Scepter. Give me the Toronto Scepters minus 160. Totals 4.5. And the Ottawa Charge out of spite, we need to bet against them. Give me the Victoire de Montreal, who actually are really good, minus 165. Julio, they ain't playing around with our totals this year, buddy. They're all 4.5. And then on Sunday, the New York Sirens are plus 145. Against the champs, the Minnesota Frost. What's your picks for the PWHL?
I'm going back to the well with Minnesota. They were very good to me last season. Bet one of the best teams in the league. And if we can get in-game lines, I'll jump on the 5.5. But 4.5, it's going to be tricky. If you can get 4.5 under plus money, let's ride that.
I can't believe the Scepter's logo. It looks like a doctor's thing with the snake. Yeah, I'm looking at this thing. Or Toronto Stock.
Yeah, and also, you know what, Cam? I don't want to do this to you. It also looks like the Taylor Swift logo. They're like the Toronto. They're ripped. Like, look, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Hey, no, hey.
They're trying to sell us to Swifties.
Remember Sloan? It's not the band I hate. It's their fans. I'll end it that way. I got no issues with her at all. She's amazing. She makes a lot of money.
The Montreal jersey is the best one by far. If you look at
for sure. I just saw it. Yeah, I liked it a lot. It looks good.
Very nice. The Montreal one is very nice. The Minnesota one is okay. Yeah, I'd say, you know what I mean? But it's weird. It's like Montreal's the only ones that know what they're doing with this so far.
Ottawa Charge looks awful. It's like a bad version of the Flames with a weaker C. This has got to go. It
looks like a cheap battery logo.
I will say the Scepters is a better thing. Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I'll post my college football picks online. I got a video ready to rock. Enjoy the turkey leftovers.